Most of people, when they think about abundance and expanding the ability to manifest abundance, to draw abundance, to connect with abundance in any form, it can be money, financially, prosperity, and it can be wisdom, and it can be healing, it can be any form of energy. Most of the people, by the nature, the default of our mind, we look into the abundance in the direction of the receiver of it, the receiver of the abundance. The Zohar, in the portion of Miketz, verse 106, 107, and few more sections, writes, ויוסף הוא השליט על הארץ וגומר. Joseph became the one who controlled the land or the empire back at the time. He was the one that held all the money of the world. Rabbi Issa Patach, Rabbi Issa, one of the Kabbalists, opened and said, ואמר, ואתה ירום ראשי על אויבי סביבותי ואזבחה באוהלו זבחי תרועה השירה והזמרה להשם. There was a moment in the life journey of Joseph, after many years being sold by his brothers as a slave, ending up being in Egypt as a slave, being in prison. There was a moment that his life made a turn. The shift happened literally overnight. From being a slave to be the second hand of the king, receiving the special ring back at the time as the one that controls all the money of the empire. How this shift happened, how any shift is happening. The Zohar writes, David Malka Sanu Le'ochoi. The Zohar goes back into King David and mentions something that we know, that the brothers of King David, like in the story of Joseph, also disliked him. דחו להאמיניו, קודש הבריחו ערים לה. There was a moment that little David became a king. It was overnight. Al kol bnei alma, and he was raised above the entire world. עד החמוי ערק מקמא, קודש הבריחו ערם לה. Even though there were many forces, people among his brothers, there were others who looked into the what was known as David before he became a king, and for Joseph was the same as the little brother, as the one who is not capable. If there would be a need to choose a leader, they would be definitely not on the list. And they became overnight. They were raised and became overnight in level of kings. One of the secrets that the Kabbalists revealing, it is when we look into the desire to manifest abundance, most of the world is being driven because of certain lack that we might experience in life. We don't have, and therefore we want to have. The inside, if we would have the ability to enter into the consciousness, the drives, the desires of King David, of Joseph, and many others, that were experiencing shifts in extreme way overnight, and not in a way that many people can experience type of a shift but then go back into not having. What was the secret of opening this gate and not only receiving but shifting their entire life? Their consciousness and their relationship with abundance wasn't just about receiving it. There was something sincere internally inside of them that made them feel that this is part of a responsibility that they have to influence the world. To influence the world. Joseph back at the time with the Israelites, King David, with the people who lived in his generation, they had this internal drive to influence. One of the things the Kabbalists say, a person cannot give what they don't have. When you ask yourself, where are you with your desire to influence the world around you? It can be in small scale, it can be in bigger scale. Where is your drive, your desire internally? Not by the things that we say, but the way that the energy inside of us is driving us. Where is your desire to influence the world around you? Versus, where is your desire to draw energy for yourself to fulfill certain empty space that you might experience? The idea is that the moment that we start to build this internal energy and drive, recognizing that at the soul level, we are here to create certain level of impact, to help in certain ways and to influence in certain ways, not in a way of comparing ourselves to others, in our unique ways. But what type of a drive is controlling our day, our week, our month, our year, our lives? I believe that many of us have both. Times that we are being driven by certain lack in life and we just looking where is it going to come from, and I need. And there are moments when there is this soul voice, and sometimes it is not too loud, that becoming awakened inside and reminds you and awakens this drive inside of you that you do feel that you're here to make an impact, that you're here to influence in certain level the world around you, to be part in kind of energy that makes a difference in this world. Especially in this time of Hanukkah, especially in this week of the portion of Miketz, this is kind of a soul, I would call it soul feature that exists inside of us that unfortunately for the majority of the world is numb. And this is the time, this is the week, this is the energy now that the universe is giving us everything that we need in order to awaken this inner drive, our soul drive, versus the feature that most of the time the world is using by default, which is the body drive. What there is in it for me versus how am I here to influence and to make some little, big, doesn't matter, some difference in the life of others around me. One of the things we can ask for, we can meditate for this week, any other time, but this week is very powerful. It is to connect and to be able to listen, to be able to hear in a deeper level, in a deeper way, the voice of our soul, and to awaken the drive to see the ways that each one of us, in our unique ways, is here to influence the world around us. When you begin to feel and to see those visions inside of you, make sure that you start to take some actions in this direction. The moment that you start to take actions, you start to open up the vessel inside of you, to allow the Creator, to allow the universe to manifest that abundance inside of you. But this time it is not because you feel the need for it, for yourself. This time it is because you need that fuel to be able to create the impact and to influence the world around you in a new level. So we want to wish you a blessed week and Chag Sameach.